How's it going there, guys? Today we're going to be doing a quick little tutorial video on the standing shoulder press or the standing overhead press or military press. Depending on who you talk to, it goes by many names. It's a shoulder press. It's your shoulders pressing upwards, let's call it that. So we're going to be using a rack and you're going to have a bar set at roughly shoulder height, okay? So if it doesn't allow for it to be perfectly shoulder height, roundabout is fair enough. What we're going to use for this, and I always recommend when you're ever doing a standing upper body exercise that we do a split stance. So put very simply, that just means 1 foot further forward than the other. That's going to prevent us when we're coming in to do the shoulder press having any sort of backwards or forward swaying motion, because we're much more stable here. It's also much safer for the lower back and easier to keep the core engaged here. So that's the first key point, is you've got to keep your core braced for this one, because we're pushing all the way up here, so we have to keep everything engaged so nothing collapses forward or backwards. All right, your grip, we're going to grab it right at shoulder width, palms facing away from you, and bring your body as close to it as you can, so it's pretty much right in your throat there. We're going to push slightly up, just enough to get it off the hooks, and then step back and just let the weight sit through your elbows. Bring that 1 foot back into that split stance. Try not to let your wrists bend backwards too much. Try and keep them fairly upright. And then all we're going to do, I'm going to do this very slowly first, and then we'll do the quick version. So you're going to push up, and your elbows are going to flare out to the side, and bring the bar right above the crown of your head, and then control it down and flare those elbows back in underneath the wrist so they end up here, okay? You don't want to end up at the bottom of this with all that tension through your shoulders. We want it in the wrist at the bottom, all right? So all we're going to do, drive all the way up, and then control it back down to the base point and drive up again. And back in, and once you finish your set, just walk it forward and leave it in the rack. So that's a standing shoulder press or military press or overhead press. One of the most foundational compound movements, great for building up some boulder shoulders. See you in the next one, guys.